Hello and welcome to Cindershadow Gaming. I'm your host, Cindershadow, and we're going to talk about stuff coming out from Razer, a manufacturer of gaming products and everything else. You know, it's fun to speculate and see the new products that do come out onto the market. I know the one thing I'm kind of excited about, it would be fun to get, but I can't get until I upgrade my computer system fully to like a 3060 video card, and that would be the VR system that's out there. Now they have a tactical vest that you can do where in like Phasmophobia, it can touch you and then you can respond to it. I'm guessing for video games as well, like Call of Duty, you'll feel the gunshots. But today we're not talking about that. We're talking about something from Razer, and it is very questionable in the findings of it. Okay, this article coming from CNET Health and Wellness. Gaming firm Razer greenlights high-tech N95 face mask, says report. You know, I wear a mask when I work. I do it. I am immune compromised when it comes to this stuff. So the current world event that is going on with this pandemic scares the absolute crap out of me that I may end up in a hospital bed and on my deathbed trying to fight for my life. And the last thing I want to think of is a time and place where I go forward and we're not going back to something normal. I get to book my vaccine very soon because of my immune system. So I am looking forward to that, even though some people tell me, don't do it, don't do it. It's not going to be this. It's going to have long-term effects. And honestly, I'm going to have more long-term effects from the med that I'm taking to control my symptoms already. So that is the choice that I sit with. And I would rather take a vaccine to avoid being deathly ill on a deathbed fighting for my life. But at the same time, I would like to see things go back to normal. And when I see a story about a tech company that does gaming gear for people and them coming out with this face mask as the next trend in gaming or in masks, it has me a little worried. So even with the rollout of COVID vaccines picking up, it seems Razer is betting there's a future in personal safety gear. Safety gear is a very lucrative area of stuff. I would assume this is one way to get grants from government entities to research certain things like this. So I have a funny feeling that they're not having to actually put up capital for this. It's being produced by the government, and this is what comes out of it. When gaming lifestyle company Razer shows off its concept for the Project Hazel N95 facial respirator earlier this year at CES, some computer entertainment show, it has been only a few weeks since the first vaccines had been okayed for emergency use. But even now, as though post-pandemic future are beginning to take shape, it looks like Razer sees a future for high-tech personal protective equipment. You know, this really reminds me of going to like a rave or a dance where people are wearing a mask and it lights up and you're raving around. Oh my God, this mask lights up. You light up in the dark, and that's more what this looks like. And what I can see going forward for the next generation trying to do things like this. So CEO Razer Mingling Tan told Yahoo Finance that the Project Hazel mask will become a reality. Unfortunately, YouTube Finance is not the greatest source, but just the fact that this story exists is worrisome. We were thinking this is a concept project and it's been going to be relevant when vaccines and everything has been rolled out, Tan told the publication. I think moving forward, we decided, and I can tell you now, we are going to proceed in making it a reality and ship the smart mask. You know, Razer, if you want, send me a mask. I'll do a product analysis on it. But I do want to go back to normal, and a mask is not normal. That is not the way we we breathe. That's not the way life goes on. Like, a maskless society is going to be the way things go forward. And we've had pandemics in the world before, and they've gone back to normal after the masks and everything like that. So this shouldn't set a precedent saying we're going to have these with us for the rest of our lives, because this is going to shorten lifespans overall once they realize things with the masks are, it can be more detrimental to a lot of people out there than just building up your normal immune system. We are meant to build an immune system in nature, and that is one of the ways that our body actually adapts to it. If we sit there in a mask nonstop, this will fall off the tracks. And unfortunately, we don't want to mess with nature too terribly much. I know we like to control it, but this is a little bit much. We've realized that even with vaccinations, we are hearing you still have to be masked up, because there is still a risk factor that even if you're vaccinated, you will still need to be incredibly careful. That is not the case. I have seen many publications and many people saying, yes, once you have your vaccine and your immunity is built, your mask should come off. They're saying this, but now is that narrative changing? I hope not. I really want to still look forward to a day where I can go to work, I can go outside, I can go to the grocery store, I can be with my friends and play games again. I don't want to sit there and have to be a mask and completely avoid society for the rest of my life. That's not how I want to live. I don't want to live like a hermit, and everything else like that. 10 didn't say when the mask would go into production. Razer didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. The high-tech project Hazel mask design touted at CES is transparent and features internal LED lights to make your mouth visible in low light. It uses replaceable filters and rechargeable ventilators onto respiration pods. Okay, that there alone, using this in a medical term, I could see there being an adaptation in like a surgery room and stuff like that. You keep these things sterilized, they're going to create better ventilation and better sterility in these surgeries and everything like that. So I do see a use for these in the future. I just don't want to see this as an everyday thing. You can adjust amount of airflow, and the pods have auto processing algorithms built in to make your voice sound clearer and more natural. I'm sorry, algorithm for your voice. That's a slippery slope, my friends. That could end up where we're already seeing a restriction for like Twitter and certain things you can say. Now you're going to wear a mask that can modulate your voice. How long until that actually turns around and censors the certain things you say? Could you imagine you're wearing this mask and you go to swear and the mask goes beep while you're talking? Like that's kind of cool to think about, but that's a very slippery slope when it comes to things. And I, for one, am deathly terrified of something like this. This is not something I want to see. I hope this is not real. I really do think Razer needs to kind of think about this. Do you really need a computer chip and algorithm in your face mask so you can talk clearer and then have that slippery slope of going something else? You know, it's a little conspiratory here, but it's going to be... you got to think of these things on how far they're going to go. This mask features active ventilation and auto sterilization, a separate case that can charge it wirelessly, and a UV sterilizer. And the pods sported light rings that indicate charge status. This scares me, but it sounds like a very cool product at the same time. Would I want one of these? It would be cool. but I don't know. I really don't know. It's an interesting concept. I hope this isn't the future. I could see, like I said, in a hospital setting or a sterilized setting, I could see these actually coming in very handy. But in a real world setting where you're out there enjoying time with your friends, you're trying to eat or something like that, I just see these things as a nuisance, and hopefully down the line they are not needed, but we will have to wait and see. Hey, if you like this different type of video from me on some tech stuff that's out there, it's neat, but it does scare the crap out of me. I hope you guys found this enjoyable. Do like and comment down below. What do you guys think of it? Do you have any other ideas that we can throw back at Razer and say, listen, if you're going to make this mask, let's make this thing, let's get some bells and whistles in this that aren't there already. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and you guys have a great day. We will see you next time.